Bienvenidos to the Flesh and Blood YouTube channel. I'm Jacob.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Aidan.
We are Three Floating, and we have such an awesome game for you today. It's the Bravo Learn to Play deck. It's Bravo versus Bravo.
It's a great time.
I'm just so excited to showcase the incredible back and forth fundamentals of Flesh and Blood. These decks are so fun, and it is the perfect place to start learning and to start your Flesh and Blood journey.
Bravo is a guardian, which means some really big attacks and some really impressive defense. So the dominate on Bravo's hero ability can be really important for either Aidan or I to close out this game.
Without further ado, let's get right into this Learn to Play game!
Okay.
Shall we open these Learn to Play decks?
Yes, I am so excited. This is literally gonna be my first time seeing what's in this deck.
Same.
Let's check it out.
Flattering Showman. Bravo, Flattering Showman. Killer art, look at him there. Just, cool little hero ability too. It seems pretty sweet. Arsenal getting +2 and dominate if it has crush. That's pretty killer. And then I've got some equipment here. Iron Rot, a nice Blade Break 1, always good for covering up an on hit. That'll go in the headpiece. Blossom of Spring, destroy this, gain a resource, and I go again. Classic Blossom of Spring, great for smoothing out the extra resources. Cracker Jacks, an extra little +1 on the arms, very common. Just we're seeing just like the
classics.
Classics, basics. You know, headpiece gets you some good blocking, chest piece gets you some resources.
Might want to use this when I've activated Bravo
Yeah.
to get some dominate extra damage.
Extra damage
over.
through, yeah. And the Iron Rot legs, same as the headpiece, but for the legs.
Might want to use this when Aidan has decided to dominate, and so I can block some of the
Block a
dominate,
little dominate damage. Yeah, equipment getting around that dominate, real nice.
Also in the back, we've got Seismic Surge token,
Sweet.
which we will be making, I'm sure, with some of these Guardian cards. We also
got
have-
these cute little
I know, get the
tiny
new
ones too.
And check this out, ready to flip them over.
Oh, whoa.
-1
For the equipment,
for
killer,
you.
killer.
Although, I don't even really know when I would use this, because it's all Blade Break. But we have them.
We have them.
We certainly have them.
We have them. Shall we look at these cards?
So this is literally going to be our first time playing with these Bravo decks. Learn to play. We played a lot of Flesh and Blood in
All the time.
our time,
Yeah.
but we just want to, showcase and highlight how easy it is to just shuffle them up,
Yeah.
play a game, and we won't be learning, but we hope you all enjoy learning along with us.
The only time I will
Riffle shuffle.
hard shuffle a deck.
It's very Bravo to have a weapon.
But he's not
He
using
doesn't
it.
even need it.
Like he's the
Or, and
flattering.
it makes sense that it's a prop. It's
Yes.
like, I have this weapon here, it's paper mache. I'm hitting you
Whoa,
with it.
yeah. Drops the hammer.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so we have shuffled.
Yep.
Shall we figure out a way to go first?
Yes. Let's hit a high roll.
I roll.
Classic.
5.
5. Boom. All right. Show me 6. 4.
You got your own 4.
I got a 4.
So I think I want to go first. Honestly, mostly so I can get a card in my arsenal first, because Bravo needs to turn cards in the arsenal face up to get the dominate. So I'd like to start that train as soon as possible.
Yeah, I was also wanting to go first. So let's draw up to our intellect of 4. Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. Dude, I'm excited. So I'm super happy I get to go first here. It likely means I get the first dominate of this game. Because I'm the first player to get to put a card into my arsenal, I get the first chance to use my hero's ability and get damage over the top with dominate. This deck blocks really well. Its cards mostly block for 3, so that means that dominate and Bravo are going to be the keys to winning this game. I did not draw myself any cool aura. Actually, don't even know if they're in the deck. So this is my first time looking at these cards. All right, well, I'm gonna start off this game by attacking you.
Okay.
I'm going to attack you with knock them off their feet. So I'm gonna play this card. This card here, it has a cost of 4. So to satisfy that cost, I need to pitch at least 4. I'm gonna pitch this blue Grind Them Down. I'm gonna pitch this blue Clash of Mountains to do so. Because that gave me 6 resources, I will spend 4 of it immediately and be left with 2 floating. So this card has Crush. When this deals 4 or more damage to a hero, it taps them, which means you cannot use your ability. It also attacks you for 8. So this is 8 big damage.
Big damage. Well, fortunately, since I'm a guardian, I block very well, and this does not have dominate, which means I have access to block with it. All the cards in my hand if I want. And important to note, since this is what is colloquially known as turn 0, the first turn of the game, just so that I'm not set on a major back foot, because usually you only draw up at the end of your attacking turn. On the first turn, I also get to draw up after this, so that Sam doesn't get a crazy advantage just off the rip. I will block for 3, the block value conveniently in the bottom right corner of this Buckling Blow. And then I have 2 cards that when they block have a cool little effect I am seeing here. This Clash of Mountains and this Crash and Bash. So we are gonna do a couple fun things. They both have a when this defends trigger. We'll start with the Crash and Bash. When this defends, I may reveal a card with Crush from my hand. If I do, I create a Seismic Surge token. Now, this only blocks for 2, but that Seismic Surge will discount a card for me on my turn, which is great value, shoring up a little bit of this you starting first shenanigans. I will also reveal a Knock 'em off their feet. This has Crush, so I'm gonna go ahead and make 1 Seismic Surge token. And we will get to that when it is relevant. And then now, it's the Clash of Mountains. We're 2 hulking big bravos. It's time to clash. So we're going to each reveal the top card of our deck, and then the person who shows the highest power wins and gets a Seismic Surge token for their showmanship.
All right, that's the top card of my deck.
All right, 3, 2, 1, clash. 5, 8 with the Macho Grande is very fitting. So unfortunately, my block card is going to do a little benefit for you.
Thank you so much. I get a Seismic Surge token.
Look, we're mirroring.
Yeah.
We're friends. Look at that.
So you're blocking for a total of 8?
Blocking for a total 8.
All right, I have no attack reactions. Any defense reactions?
I have no defense reactions.
Because I know
you know
cards.
what's in my hand.
I will then move to the end of my turn. So first we'll close the combat chain.
Mm-hmm.
So all the cards on the combat chain go to the graveyard.
Yep, my blocking cards are gone.
I will then put my final card in my hand into my arsenal,
Yep.
which I can use on a future turn, and it works nicely with Bravo.
Yep.
Then I will put my cards in my pitch on the bottom. Then I will draw back up to my intellect of 4, and I will pass the turn.
And as you pass, I will also get to draw up to my intellect as prescribed. It is turn 0, and now the real fun begins. On this first attacking turn, I really want to prioritize getting the most value out of my Seismic Surge's cost reduction by using it to play my biggest attack in hand and try to disrupt Sam's next turn in some way. But because Guardian heroes like Bravo are so good at blocking, I really want to be thinking about my next turn and securing some of my own dominate to start forcing through damage. So I think this Buckling Blow is headed straight for my arsenal, as with it, I'll be able to pressure Sam's equipment block and hopefully force him into using it a little earlier in this game than he'd like to. At the start of my turn, Seismic Surge is going to pop. At the beginning of my action phase, destroy this. The next Guardian attack action card I play this turn costs 1 less to play. So I'll put this over here to show that I am effectively sort of discounting 1 resource. And now I'm gonna look at my cards and see what I'm gonna do here. I'm going to play out my Knock 'em off their feet. This costs 4, as we have seen before, but instead of having to pitch 2 blues, this is discounting this Guardian action attack by 1, so I get to pay just 3 resources with this Macho Grande, the pitch value up there in the top left corner. So I'm coming at you now for 8 big ones, straight to the face, straight to the dome.
We're going to block for 3 here, and then we're going to block for an additional 3, so I will block for a total of 6.
Take 2.
I will take 2. You have no reactions?
I have no reactions.
I have no reactions. I'll take 2 down to 18.
All right, yeah, just passing on through the reaction step. I am now going to move to my end, and I will A-Pud. I will Arsenal. I will put my pitch on the bottom of my deck. I will untap. I have nothing to untap. And then I will draw back up to my intellect, holding that 1 card. Unfortunately, didn't get to use it. But that's kind of the thing about Guardians is they struggle to send multiple attacks on a turn, so we really like to do our block.
They make up for it with one
big swing, yeah. And we like to do some blocking as well.
Okay, start of my turn, I also have a Seismic Surge that is going to pop, so at the beginning of my action phase, it will destroy, which it has just done.
Stoked about that.
I will then go ahead and for the first time this game, activate Bravo Flattering Showman's hero ability. Bravo Flattering Showman says, For 2 resources, which I will now pay, and tapping, which I just did, I get to turn a face down card in my arsenal face up. It is a debilitate. If it has crush, it gets +2 and dominate this turn. And this action gets go again. So I get to keep going after that action. This debilitate normally costs 4. It'll only cost me 3 thanks to the seismic surge. So I'll pitch away 3 and come in with this debilitate, and big dog, it's coming in for 10 with dominate.
Any cards left in hand?
No.
All right. Talk to me about that crush.
Crush. When this deals 4 or more damage to a hero, their first attack during their next turn gets -2. This debilitate is a great target for Bravo's hero ability. The dominate means this crush is for sure hitting, and the crush ability is actually so great here. By giving his next attack -2, I have gotten a total of 12 points of value out of this card. 10 from the damage on offense and 2 on defense by giving his attack -2, so I am in great shape to start this game. Only thing is, I'm now not gonna have an arsenal on this next turn, so I will have to take my foot off of the gas on a future turn to get another big attack back in there.
I don't love it.
And because it has dominate, which I don't think we've actually talked about,
Yeah.
let's talk about what dominate does. Dominate is great if you're me right now, because dominate says the opponent can only block with 1 card from hand this turn.
Ugh. Why are you doing this to me?
Well, because my hero ability gives
what?
dominate, and it's kind of like the main thing I want to be doing.
Shut up. We're scrapping. Well, there is no way for me to get around this crush, which is just such a bummer. I will be blocking 3 with this grind them down, and no more blocks here. No amount of equipment here could save me from this debilitating blow. So I have 3 on your 10. Do you have any reactions?
No reactions from me.
I have no defense reactions, so I will be taking 7 all the way down to 13.
Yes! Now that you have taken 4 or more damage, my debilitate's crush will trigger. So your first attack during your next turn gets -2.
Check that out.
Look at that, it's like they thought of everything. All right, after that, I have no cards to put in my arsenal.
Yep.
I will put my pitch on the bottom, and I will put it in any order I like. Okay, you'll notice that I just switched the order of the cards that I pitched. There's a reason for this. Because the cards that you pitch are eventually the cards that you draw, I wanted to make sure that the Macho Grande that I pitched is on top of my deck as soon as possible. As you pitch more and more cards, the cards from earlier in the game rise further and further in what's called the pitch stack. And an attack like Macho Grande with natural dominate that doesn't require Bravo's ability is exactly how I might be able to get the final damage over and close out this game. So switch it, put the Macho Grande on top, and then put the pitch to the bottom. I'm setting up for the future. I will put that card on top, and then I will untap my Bravo and anything else. Seismic Surge is gone, and I will pass it over to you, drawing 4.
Debilitate is brutal here. I was gonna activate my hero ability, but now it's gonna completely negate the damage buff that I get from doing so, and I'm taking 7 to the dome. But I've got this buckling blow set in my arsenal. I gotta stick to the game plan that I've already set for myself of pressuring Sam's equipment so I can start connecting with my own haymakers. And the only way I'm really gonna be able to do that is by cracking my Cracker Jacks. I am going to activate my Cracker Jacks. Action, destroy this. The next attack action card I play this turn gets +1 power, and I will go again. So I'll leave this here just to clearly represent it for everyone. And then I will be activating my Bravo Flattering Showman, paying 2, tapping, and turning a card face up in my arsenal. If it has crush, it gets +2 and dominate. I am floating 1 resource. And conveniently, this buckling blow costs 4, so I get to pitch just 1 more blue to perfectly use all my resources and send out buckling blow for 7, 8, 9, 10, -2 from the debilitate. So I am only coming in for 8 dominate, which is way less impressive. But the dominate is great here because this buckling blow has crush, and this says when this deals 4 or more damage to a hero, I put a -1 defense counter on an equipment you control. And
That's why these are here.
It makes sense now.
Interesting. Okay, so it's got dominate, so I can only block with 1 card from hand.
That is correct.
So I am going to definitely block with this card. I will go ahead and just get my defense value out of my equipment now.
Before I take it away from you.
Yes, I will block with this debilitate, I will block with this iron rot helm, and I will block with these iron rot legs.
Look at you getting around the dominate. Cool, so you're blocking 5 on my 8. I have no reactions, take 3.
I will take 3.
All right, down to 15, and you just barely get out of my crush, but that block makes a lot of sense to me.
Both of these equipment pieces that I, as my big guardian self, utilize, I put my legs in front of it, I kick your attack, I throw my headbutt your attack.
You gotta curl up with a ball and throw your legs up, yeah.
But I will, at the end of the turn, when he closes the combat chain, they have blade break, so when the combat chain closes, they get destroyed. I can only use them once.
Out of there.
Down to 15.
I will do my Apud, I will arsenal, I will put my pitch to the bottom of the deck, I will untap, and I will no longer be debilitated. And I will pass back over to you. Drawing.
All right, bucko.
Yeah, bucko.
I've got a play for you.
What's up, bucko?
I'm going to play Crash Down.
Rather than just throw an attack without dominate into Aidan's hand full of blocks, I'm gonna set up for my next turn with this big crash down. So now I'll have +6 on my attack next turn. And with Bravo's hero ability on top of it, that literally might just like win me the game on the spot.
It is a guardian action aura. So it's an aura, which means it's going to stay in the arena until, for some reason, it gets out of there. And let's find out how it's going to get out of there. This crash down says, at the start of your turn, destroy this. Then the next guardian attack action card you play this turn gets +6.
Six is insane.
So my crash down, as you can see, some poor bloke is below there, like desperately trying to stay alive. But this has no go again. This is an action. It's an aura. You can see that in the type line down there, but it has no go again. So I have no more action points. So I cannot do anything else on this turn. So I will arsenal. I will put my pitch to the bottom.
So in our nice ephemeral game of Flesh and Blood, you're developing a board state over there. Oh my gosh.
Alrighty, and then I will draw back up to 4.
Okay, well that is really scary. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I have somewhat of an answer. I am going to pitch a crash down and a debilitate. Each of these red cards, unfortunately, only pitch for 1, despite being so powerful. But that will let me activate Bravo, tapping him, flipping up, a knock 'em off their feet.
That's the one card I was worried about. Yeah. And I was like, even if he has that, I won't be able to use these to get around that.
No, it's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. But we bought the equipment, and now it's time to roll. So that's gonna give this +2 and dominate. Love to see it. And then that Blossom of Spring is gonna be super clutch because this costs 4. I will action destroy this to gain 1 resource. Go again, so I get to keep on going. That goes into my graveyard, and then I will pitch this blue. Gets my 4 resources to send in, knock 'em off their feet. This is 10 dominate. Trying to tap that hero, trying to keep you off dominate.
If you tap my hero, I cannot get dominate. So.
Which makes that crash down way less scary.
Way less scary.
For a big old guardian like me.
So I will go ahead and only block for 3 because 'tis all I can do. I will block for 3. Do you have any attack reactions?
I have no attack reactions.
I will take 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will go down to 8.
And I would like to trigger my crush. Tap your hero.
My hero is tapped.
So this is annoying that he had the literal like perfect card to disrupt my big crash down turn, but I'm still getting my +6 onto a big attack. He's got to deal with it. So from here, I'll hopefully be able to start chaining together some dominate and put him on the back foot.
As my crash down is going to trigger at the start of my turn, it's destroyed, and my next guardian attack action card gets +6. And now, yes, I cannot use my Bravo ability here. I think we're just gonna say that was a good placer. May I also do it? And just attack you with a knock them off their feet. The only difference is yours was for 10 with dominate, and mine is for 14, no dominate, but the same effect. If it deals 4 or more damage, it's going to knock you off your feet and you are going to get tapped down.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I was excited to tap my hero.
Yeah.
This crash down. It is huge. 14 damage, threatening my entire life total and some. Plus, I was really hoping to send my own knock them off their feet with dominate, but there's no way I can block enough to stop this crush and make that play. So I've got to make a choice here. While I could just give 2 cards on defense and then send an attack for 8 and threaten lethal on Sam, without my hero power giving it dominate, he can just easily block it and maybe even follow up with his own dominate, which would kind of just be lights out for me. All this to say, the one silver lining here is that this massive 14 power attack doesn't have dominate, and sometimes you just gotta batten down the hatches and ship your whole hand on defense. So this should keep my life total healthy enough that after this off turn and his next turn, I can take a little bit of a lick to send back something really meaningful. You had a big setup with that crash down. I know I'm gonna lose some tempo on this, but I'm thinking about the next turn and the turn after that and the turn after that, and it doesn't look good if you follow this up with dominate. So I'm gonna block 3, 6, 9, 12 on your 14, and I will take 1, 2, down to 11.
Understood, sir. My crash down is gone. I will.
Thank God.
I have a card in my arsenal. I will put my pitch to the bottom. I will untap.
There you go. You're so back.
So back.
So, interesting thing here. I have no cards in hand, which means I'm just going straight to my end, and I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and really hope that that is a face of a man who drew 4 reds.
Alrighty. At the start of my turn, I will go ahead and activate Bravo, Flattering Showman. That is going to allow me to turn a face down card in my arsenal face up. If it has crush, it gets +2 and dominate this turn. I will now go ahead. I had 1 floating after that, so I will spend 3 more to attack you with Buckling Blow. This is going to get +2. It's going to have dominate, and it is in fact coming in for 9. If it deals 4 or more damage, it will put a -1 counter on an equipment that you control.
I'm getting deja vu, man. I will block with my legs.
Yeah.
And this Thunderquake, which is a big ol' attack that I would love to maybe set up, but I'm just gonna block for 4 here. Do you have any reactions?
How interesting. So at this moment, you're only blocking 4 on my 9, which means 5 is coming over, which means I would crush and put a -1 counter on that Iron Rod helm, which means you would get no value out of that Iron Rod helm.
Doesn't seem so good.
So sudden, I'm feeling as though perhaps you have something to do in the reaction step. I have no attack reactions.
You have no attack reactions?
No.
Okay, I do have an attack reaction. I will play out this generic instant, Reinforce the Line. Target defending attack action card gets +2 defense, bumping this all the way up to 5 defense, so I'm blocking 6 on your 9 and just skirting out of your crush.
So taking 3?
Taking 3.
All
1,
right.
2, 3. 8 all.
8 all. So it is the end of my turn here. I will go ahead and close the chain.
I think I know it's coming here.
And I like that Reinforce the Line. I like that Thunderquake. I'll go ahead and pitch a Reinforce the Line to heave a Thunderquake, baby. Thunderquake is a big ol' attack. It costs 6, it comes in for 10, and it has this ability, Heave 3. So while this is in my hand at the beginning of my end phase, which we are now in, I may pay 3 with this Reinforce the Line and put this face up into my arsenal. I'll heave it in there. If I do, I get to create 3 Seismic Surge tokens.
Yikes.
And then I will, I'll pass it on over.
Oh my gosh, 2 card 10 on that next turn. Don't love it.
I will also untap my hero.
What is good is since that goes in face up, you won't be able to dominate that. But it is a big fat 10.
That's a big fat 10.
All right. I'm going to activate.
Stop it.
Bravo, Flattering Showman.
Yeah.
I will pitch this Crash and Bash, floating 1, to turn, face up, this knock them off their feet.
Enough with that.
I want to knock you off your feet so bad right now. That's going to give this +2 and dominate, and then I will pitch this Clash of Mountains. Finally, after taking my off turn, getting to send something meaningful back. This is 10. Dominate. As I look to knock you off your feet once more.
Yeah, you're gonna knock me off my feet. So, I will only be able to block for 3 here.
Yes.
It is true, it is true. I will take 7. 1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will go down to exactly 1.
Yeah.
I will cling to life. You may tap my hero.
Hey, that is a good number in Flesh and Blood.
It is a good number in Flesh and Blood.
Okay, going down to 1 it's scary. Doesn't feel good. But Aidan is off an arsenal now. So by throwing this big attack for 10, I think I'm either able to bring him down to my level, or at least and make it tough for him to throw a dominated attack at me in a couple turns and just end the game.
But you don't have an arsenal now.
I don't have
which
an
is so good for me,
Yeah.
baby.
Well, and I wanted to, but you know, you were threatening some scary stuff.
Yeah. So I will go ahead, and because my hero is tapped, I can't activate Bravo. Also, this is face up, so I can't do it anyway. But these 3 seismic surges are gonna pop. Means my next Guardian attack action is discounted by 3. And so I'm gonna go ahead and attack you with a Thunder Quake here. And I have to pay 3, so I will first start by pitching this Debilitate for 1. Still need to pay 2 more, so I will pitch this Clash of Mountains. It'll leave me with 1 floating, and I will come in for 10.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I know this must have been pretty confusing for you. As to exactly what's happening here. Let me just go ahead and clear this up. It's 10.
It's 10. It's 10.
This is so scary.
I do not like it. 10. Absolutely terrifying. I've been so good about keeping my life total healthy, and all of my instincts are telling me block and set up the dominate to close the game, but the problem is Sam is keeping a card for Arsenal. So if I don't pressure him on this next turn, he will be the one dominating me and thus knocking me out of this game. This means my one path forward is to hit him hard by going all the way down to 1. With this disable in hand, I can send 7 at Sam, and since he's at 1 as well, with no equipment since we worked through all that earlier, he'll have to give me 3 cards from hand, which should guarantee he won't be able to dominate me on this turn, and maybe, if luck breaks my way, he might not even have enough resources to send an attack on his next turn. I will block with this Crash Down, only 3, which has me taking 7 and going to 1.
What are you gonna do to me, dog?
Well, you're at 1, bro. Such begins the tempo battle.
Okay. So you will take 7?
I will take 7.
Okay.
Go all the way down to 1.
All right, at the end of my turn, a bunch of things are gonna happen. I will go ahead and put my final card into my arsenal, which I was only able to keep thanks to the heave from the Thunderquake. Close the chain, this goes away. I will put my pitch to the bottom, and I will untap my hero. And then I'll go ahead and pass it to you.
I saw you eyeing those Cracker Jacks. Unfortunately, even then, I have a modicum of an out. All right, you are at 1 though, and you know what's a great number when your opponent's at 1?
7.
7.
Yeah.
With the disable. This costs 5. I will pitch these 2 blues, floating 1. And it has crush, but that don't matter when your opponent's at 1. We are coming in for 7 damage, and with no blocking equipment on the board, I'm hoping to see 3 cards laid out.
You're getting 3 cards. It's a 1 block. It's a block for 3.
It's a block 3.
I'm blocking with 1 card. It's my Debilitate, but because you didn't have an arsenal, you don't have Dominate, I get to block with more cards.
Yep.
It's a Buckling Blow, and it's a Crash Down.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
I will block for 9 total to stay alive.
All right. Now the question is that a 3 cost or is it a 4 cost? We will find out in just a moment. I will draw 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
That is my intellect. Please be a 4 cost, bro.
So I have bad news for fans of me. It is a 4 cost.
Yes!
But I also have good news for fans of me. Aiden forgot about Blossom of Spring. So
No!
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and activate
Don't do it!
my Blossom of Spring.
No.
I get to action
Oh, it's so good here.
destroy this, gain a resource,
Dude.
go again. So I have a resource
Don't
here.
go again.
Doesn't matter that my attack costs 4. I saved my chest piece for this exact moment. Now I am going to take at least 3 cards out of his hand, which means he won't even be able to attack me at all. Now, as long as I draw something good in my next 4 cards, like maybe that Macho Grande that I pitched from the beginning of the game, this game is as good as mine.
And then now I'm gonna decide, do I do my Cracker Jacks? I don't think it matters.
Do not pass go. Well, I'll just give you these.
That's true. So it's not gonna take an extra card.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right. So we are just gonna go ahead and thanks to this extra resource from the Blossom Spring, I get to attack you one more time with the knock 'em off their feet.
No.
It's coming in 4/8, baby.
No.
This was the only blue I drew in my hand. I was like, I went red, yellow, red, blue, baby. Come on, still alive.
8 to the face, but no dominate. We're alive in this game, and I have a card with Crush set in my arsenal, which means if I can survive one final assault from Sam, I should be able to send in my own dominated attack and win this game. I have to block like this because it is how I'm playing towards a win. I will block 3 with Buckling Blow. No dominate.
No dominate.
Yeah.
Because I had,
Yeah,
only
you-
had one card left.
I would be dead. Block 3. That's exactly why I made that play so that you couldn't dominate. Block another 3 up to 6, and then I will block with this Crash and Bash. When this defends, I may reveal a card with Crush from my hand. If I do, create a Seismic Surge token. I'm not going to reveal a card because there's no way that I could. There's no way I can play a 1-card hand as a Guardian without a hammer. So I don't want to give you any additional information.
Okay.
So I'm gonna block 8.
Okay.
That's all. I will arsenal this card on my turn and just pass it right on back to you.
Well, now hold on. Now hold on here. I didn't draw a very good hand. Now hold on here.
I drew 4 blue cards here and none of the good ones. Did I just lose this game? Cards in Flesh and Blood mostly block for 2 or for 3, meaning for me to take 3 cards from Aidan and keep him off of his hero ability, I'd need to attack for at least 8 on this turn, which is very easy with any red card in my deck, but I drew 4 blues and none of the good ones.
It's curtains for me, dog.
I have a card in my arsenal!
It's curtains for me, dog. Oh no.
Can the Cracker Jacks get you out?
No. Because you have this thing. So the only thing I can do here, I'm gonna activate my Cracker Jacks.
Get every little use out of that equipment, Samuel.
Yes, and I'm wishing that I had used it on a dominate turn earlier. I guess you would have just used it then. But I'll use my Cracker Jacks to make my next attack this turn, get +1 power.
Nice.
And then I will go ahead and attack you with this Clash of Mountains.
Oh, it's a 6.
It's a 7.
Well,
Thank you very much.
if it was a 7 natty, I'd be having a different sort of predicament.
It's 7 thanks to my Cracker Jacks, but unfortunately that is all I can do. I need to take more cards. You have a card in your arsenal.
All right.
I'm not feeling good.
Well, this Iron Rot is looking mighty fine on this break point, and I'm so glad that I saved it for this exact moment. We are going to throw in the headpiece, because that is what a good Flattering Showman does, and then I will block with this Disable and Debilitate. That is gonna block me to 7.
Okay. I will put my final card in my arsenal. If you drew some blues, I'm not in a good place.
So, the cool thing about Guardian Sam,
What's the cool thing?
the blues are really good.
Yeah.
You run a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it seems like the geniuses and scientists at LSS,
Yeah.
they cooked on this deck.
Okay.
I would like to flatten the field, pitching to my Bravo, flipping up this Debilitate, the card that caused me so much struggle at the start of this game. I'm going to float 1 resource. I'm going to give this +2 and Dominate. And then I will pitch in the Macho Grande to slam in Debilitate for 10 Dominate. 1-1. No equipment on board, and unless if that's some crazy defense reaction, but we're fully in our pitch stack now. We're seeing the cards that we were pitching for resources at the beginning of this game. I got 10 Dominate. You can only block with 1 card from hand, and I'm smelling a beautiful end to this wonderful show.
Yes. I can only block with 1 card. I will block with this Clash of Mountains.
A final clash?
A final clash. 3, 2, 1.
Clash.
And I got a block.
And I win the clash.
Win the clash. I do have reactions though.
Oh. Well, let me get my
seismic surge.
My seismic.
Yeah. All right. Get your seismic surge.
Yeah, thank you. It's gonna be really important actually. Yeah.
I can reinforce the line. I can put it up by 2.
Okay.
So 5 over, and that is.
You got 3 more of those?
No, I don't. I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I
Good game, friend.
GG.
Macho Grande, bravo!
And that's just the feeling, man. You know, you crush your opponent, you dominate, you send it in, just all of a sudden.
Yo quiero hablo español como Pablo Pintor, el campeón.
Talk about being in your pitch stack.
Yeah.
The next card.
Oh my gosh, the dominate.
If I so this
That's
is
a
the
different.
next card,
That's a different turn.
and I can on my turn where I drew 4 blues.
Just
I was
send in.
dominate on my own, but sadly
And
we
close the
drew
game.
1 card too late.
Well, that was incredible.
A beautiful game.
And also like just exactly what I love about Flesh and Blood. Like all of our equipment used at every single pivotal moment. By the end of the match, we came in armored, all stocked up, fully powered, and then the equipment pieces break off, and we're just trying to find that last hit. I have to block out a key blow and come in with the Debilitate to finish the game. That was just beautiful.
Flames.
I love this game.
Flames. That was
Yeah.
awesome. GG's.
GG's.
Wow, what a game.
That was awesome. I know. Like, dude, the back and forth of these decks,
Yeah.
it really was
They're
so
really fun.
Dude, like, seriously, like ripping it open. I honestly loved kind of not knowing the cards
Dude.
and kind of just figuring it out as we went.
We
like,
played we showed them, literally, we opened the decks and played them. We had never seen them. We played our very first game, and that's the game that
Oh,
everybody's
that's
watching.
sick. Heck yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you so much to LSS for letting us play with these awesome decks and get to showcase this. It was so much fun to watch, and I know you guys had a blast playing. So if you want to get these decks, just go up to your LGS and say, hey, this is my first time playing Flesh and Blood. I would love to learn.
and you get one. Yeah.
For free.
And if you want to continue your journey into Flesh and Blood, there are some great pre-con options in the Armory decks. You can grab an Armory deck, head to your local Armory, and then begin to jam games in the classic constructed format. So we hope to see you at the Armory.
And we hope to see you continuing watching all the incredible videos that are out here on the Flesh and Blood YouTube channel. World Tour Weeklies, the best way to stay in tune with what's going on the World Tour. And the Armory deck battles are super fun. I highly recommend checking those out. It's really such a fun time, so be sure to subscribe, like, check out all the content. And if you liked us and you want to see more of us doing content, you can check us out at 3 Floating, where we do all sorts of CC gameplay shenanigans.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
See you later.
See you later.
Go get some games.